We'd like to acknowledge the support of our integrated Caris and CBC sponsors who make the Juno Awards possible: TD Bank Group, SiriusXM Canada, Freedom Mobile, Ford Canada, and TikTok. We couldn't do what we do without your support.
Tanse, and welcome to CBC Music in Studio at the Junos, the Reclaimed session. I'm Jarrett Martineau, host of Reclaimed, joining you today from the unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh people here in Vancouver. And as you can see, I'm not in the studio. We have a fantastic show lined up for you tonight featuring performances from coast to coast to coast, from Denendeh to Nunavut to Tkaronto and all the way down to Nashville, Tennessee. Get ready for the 2021 Juno Indigenous Artist of the Year nominees. Crystal Shawanda, Leela Gilday, Julian Taylor, and Terry Uyarak will be here, plus the next wave in Indigenous music with DJ Shub and some very special guests, and a performance from Zune. Wherever you are in the world, you can tune into the 2021 Juno Awards on Sunday, June 6th. Watch the ceremony live on CBC TV and CBC Gem, listen on CBC Radio and CBC Music, and you can stream from anywhere in the world at cbcmusic.ca/Junos. We'll be joined today by CBC host Duncan McHugh, live from the Glenn Gould studio at CBC Toronto. But first, we have a very special guest standing by to welcome us to the territory where this year's Junos are taking place. Please welcome the renowned Anishinaabe elder and poet Duke Redbird to open today's celebration.
Ani, Sego, Tanse, bonjour, and hello from Tkaronto, Ontario, Canada. Welcome to the CBC Music in Studio at the Junos, the Reclaimed session. I'm incredibly honored to be with you today and to offer a few words of welcome to all the music lovers and music makers across this exquisite portion of Mother Earth that we call Canada. I bring greetings from the First Nations, the Métis, and the Inuit peoples of Canada, and all the Indigenous peoples of Turtle Island, to all our friends, our neighbors, visitors, newcomers, and people who are here with us today. Welcome, one and all. As an Anishinaabe elder, I want to share with you a time-honored tradition that is practiced far and wide amongst the Indigenous peoples. That tradition is opening every important event by first acknowledging our Mother, the Earth, and the responsibility that we have to the care and keeping of our beautiful blue planet. A land acknowledgement is a covenant that we make with creation to sustain, nurture, and borrow its use for a brief time from our children, grandchildren, forever into eternity. So in accordance with our teachings, we acknowledge and honor all the many diverse cultures and people who over time have made this land their home. We must honor not just the land, but also the water, and all the creatures that are sustained by our Mother, the Earth. And today, in light of recent events, it is incumbent upon us to remember the innocent victims of residential schools. I wrote this poem as an eulogy to the stolen children and the stolen souls. Often, when I walk alone among the forests near my home, I hear a faint whisper in the trees, possessed with an insistent urgency. We are, the voices say, the silent victims of a stifled crime. Our bodies lie in unmarked graves. We are the victims of a madness, the casualties of rage. We are, the voices say, the slaughtered innocent of residential schools, Their wickedness was our apocalypse, the four horsemen of our demise, who came like a whirlwind of destruction, pale riders with evil in their eyes. We are, the voices say, the disappeared, the missing witness, who saw the face of their real intent behind their arrogant benevolence. We lived in terror, and we died in fear of neglect, abuse, and suicide. And now we lie beside the institutions where we died. Our souls and spirits and bodies left unclaimed. No cross or marker bears our name. Oh, the government pondered and the churches devised a perfect solution, a flawless disguise. Educate the stolen children even to their death. Kill the Indian in the child without regret. Heathens need no place to rest. As buffalo bones were left to bleach beneath the prairie sun and sky, so too the souls of children stolen from their homes were left to perish without an honor song, without an honor dance to say goodbye. This was the first real genocide. And now the institutions of church and state, whose promise was to educate, apologize for their mistakes and distance themselves from that embrace that produced such venom and disgrace. These children, innocent victims, like lambs led to the slaughter, the churches, schools, and government slew our sons and daughters. I seek a memorial to these slain ones, a garden or sanctuary where I may lay a wreath, someplace to kneel in wisdom and in grief. To honor the memory of those that died, we, the generation that survived, we need to witness to those yet unborn that your spirits were never broken, that in your silent courage, suffering, and pain, we learn to set aside the shame and to live our lives in triumph and in pride. And now, with chant and drum, we promise and solemnly proclaim that when we assemble at powwows, work or play, we will dedicate a moment as we pray to smudge with cedars, sweetgrass, smoke, and sage to the memory of those dear lost children who lie in unmarked graves. Thank you, and Miigwech. Now, as our Mother Earth continues to evolve, and the human family to exist, we look to the artists and their expressions to unveil our collective consciousness. We thank the Creator for allowing us to witness such a gift. Now, let the music begin.
I am the grandchild of a residential school survivor. I am here. I am cultured. They did not win.
are lawyers. We are teachers. We are scientists. We are engineers. We are medicine men. We are medicine women. We are sun dancers. We are pipe carriers. And we are still here. 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 We are still here.
Just like old times, I feel like I'm back on the dance floor. Nihawen, Jimigwich from the Six Nations, the big Six Nations of the Grand River here in Ontario. That was the godfather of powwow step himself, DJ Shub, joined by Classic Roots. Shub is one of the originators of that style, blending dance floor beats with the indigenous sounds of powwow, smoke dance, and social songs. And you're going to hear more from Shub later in the show with another special guest. Ani, Aquadance, Indigenous, Anishinaabe, and I'm Duncan McHugh, Anishinaabe from the Chippewas of Georgina Island. And you know what? I'm pretty stoked to be here tonight. Real live music. I can't believe it. I am the co-host here in Toronto for CBC Music in studio at the Junos, the Reclaimed session. Before we go on, though, I do want to take a moment just to say that our hearts go out to all of those who have been impacted by the heavy news from Tk'emlúp's Indian Residential School this week. I know that it is hard and been a difficult week for so many of you. So we are here tonight to try to lift up your spirits, and we want to share with you some Indigenous joy. So, as Jarrett Martineau mentioned off the top, we've got performances from this year's Indigenous Juno nominees, from Native artists leading the next wave. We are pumped. We're pumped to share some live music with you. So let's keep the celebration going, and back to Jarrett to tell us about our next performance.
Thanks, Duncan. Our next performer is one of the great Denendeh songwriters. She's been immersed in music since she was a child, and she began her singing career at the ripe old age of just 8 years old. Her name is Leela Gilday. She was born and raised in Denendeh in the Northwest Territories, and her music comes from the north. It sounds like the land. Leela's up for 2 Junos this year, Indigenous Artist of the Year and Contemporary Roots Album of the Year. And this is the first time that she's been nominated outside of the Indigenous category. You're about to hear a song from her latest album, North Star Calling. All the way from Denendeh, here's Leela Gilday.
Denendeh, everyone. It's an honor to be with you here. I'm coming from Treaty 8 territory here in Denendeh. I am so excited to be able to share some music from my record North Star Calling at this CBC Music Indigenous Juno Showcase. And I miss my fellow nominees so much, my colleagues and my friends and family, my music family. I know we'll be together again. This song is called Ketanatseju, and it is a song about healing. So in my language, it means we are healing together, and it focuses on healing relationships within our own families. So I'd like to send this out to you. My dear mother, I wish you well. I can't stand to see you cry. So I hide this distant hell, and I wipe the tears from my eyes. My dear brother, will I see you again? There's so many things I long to say. Life has dealt you a bad hand, and all I can do is pray. Ketanatseju, Ketanatseju. My dear mother, I wish you well. Swatching by that dock on the lake, I wish I could give you back
My sweet sister, you haunt me still. I see you all dressed in red. I wish I could turn back time and take back all those things I said. Can't I not say Jean, not say you? Did I not say Jean, not say you? Can't I not say Jean, not say you?
Masicho, everyone.
Oh, I love hearing Leela all the way from up north. Amazing performance from Leela Gilday. Miigwech. I am Duncan McHugh. We're live here at the Glen Gould studio. I can't quite get over it yet. Bringing you some performances from the 2021 Indigenous Juno Award nominees. You can tune in to the 2021 Juno Awards on Sunday, June 6th. Watch the ceremony live on CBC TV, CBC Gem. You can, in your ears, you can listen CBC Radio, CBC Music, or you can stream it globally anywhere, cbc.ca/Junos. We got you covered, all the platforms, wherever you want to watch it, listen to it. We got another performance, though. Our next performance comes from Toronto's Julian Taylor. He's of Mohawk heritage. His songwriting has been compared to some of the greats, Bruce Springsteen, Neil Young. Wow, and big congrats, Julian. He's up for his first Juno this year. He's nominated for 2 awards, Indigenous Artist of the Year and Contemporary Roots Album of the Year, too. From their incredible new album, The Ridge, here they are performing Human Race. This is the Julian Taylor Band.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's a steep hill to mine, lots of stairs to climb. Thanks for looking out for me all the time. I appreciate everything that you've ever done for me. People always say I'm a tough one, but how could that be? Watching you go through so much pain isn't easy. So that's why awake always leaves a trace. The human race, get out of this place. The human race, we all feel out of place in the human race. I can't begin to imagine all the things that you've been through. I know it isn't only strangers that have hurt you. You've been so misunderstood. I've seen things cripple you. I only know this because they've crippled me too. Watching you go through so much pain isn't easy. And that's why awake always leaves a trace. get out of this place. The human race, we all feel out of place in the human race. To get out of this place, the human race. Whenever I felt like I knew it, so please don't overdo it. I should never be so vain to say I put my own life. Whenever I felt like I blew it, so please won't you help me through it. I should never be so vain to say I ruined your life. In the human race, to get out of this place. In the human race, we all feel out of place. In the human race, get out of this place. In the human race, in the human race, in the human race, in the human race, in the human race. Yahweh, thank you. I'm just going to change my guitar. Seagon, hello, bonjour. Yungkets, Julian Taylor. My name is Julian Taylor. It is an honor and a privilege to be here. I want to thank everybody who has made this opportunity a possibility. I am really grateful. Thank you. I'm going to sing a song from my record, The Ridge. This is called Ballad of a Young Troubadour. La da 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 I left T.O. quite some time ago, sometime in the spring, with just a knapsack and a 6-string. I'd made this deal, I was barely 17, armed with delusions of a dream. Hitchhiked for days all along the Northwest, with no knowledge in my chest of ways and means and schemes. By the time I reached Seattle, I arrived by train. It was called the Empire Builder. I'm not sure how it got its name. Barely old enough to drink, but I always found a way. Often stumbling out into singing la da 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 in a few more years I would try again, this time with my friends who shared much of the same sense of wonder or desire for fame. As the white lines hurtled past the asphalt, how quickly they would change. We headed out on the 401, feeling no pain, until one day all that would turn to shame. So much was in me at the time, it helped me to close my mind and try not to think at all as we braced for the fall, singing la da 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 da. All that was promised in this life was taken away so easily. Turned out reality wasn't cracked up to be what it was meant to be. When in doubt, I look back to when I was 17, and all the miles and miles and miles that I've seen. Each inch of pavement has a story to tell. Some I can't recall, and others I remember all too well. Singing la da 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 That's Ballad of a Young Troubadour off the Ridge, and here's the title track from the record, The Ridge. I just want to say that when I think of my happy place, I think about this place. It was my grandfather's home, and we spent summers there, my sister and I, and made a lot of memories there, and so standing here makes me think of him. Like these when the breeze whistled through the trees, the fog would hover and the grass would still be wet. Put on my rain boots and I'd get dressed, head down to the barn beside the chicken coop, follow around the front door, down the path, through the brushes and past the pond. My sister and I used to catch frogs there, until the house sold and we had to move on. Now there's a westbound wind blowing through the stay in or go outside, wait for it to die, but either way, it never ends. Then we make our way past the dog pen, through the fields to the stables where the horses lay. Shovel manure and clean their beds and prepare their feed for the day. My favorite horse was named Frosty, until Sherry gave birth to a calf named Zaree. I swear I was there to witness his birth, sharing that incredible memory. Now there's a westbound wind blowing through the ridge again. You can stay in or go outside, wait for it to die, but either way, it never ends. She taught me how to rap, she used to sing me lullabies. She watched me take my first steps in the kitchen when I was just a kid. Those were the early years where we were taught to have no fear, and everything seemed so clear. Follow her out the front door, down the path, through the brushes and past the pond. My sister and I used to catch frogs there, until the house sold and we had to move on. Now there's a westbound wind blowing through the ridge again. You can stay in or go outside and wait for it to die, but either way, it never ends. Never ends. Never ends. Never ends. Never ends. Yahweh, thank you. Merci beaucoup. Julian Taylor. An honor to be here. Thank you.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Julian told me before he went on that it's been a little while since he played before people, so he was a little nervous. No rust there. No rust. That was awesome. Thank you so much. The Julian Taylor Band performing live from the Glen Gould studio here in Toronto. We just heard 3 of their songs from their album called The Ridge. That album earned Julian nominations for the Juno Contemporary Roots Album of the Year and for the Juno Indigenous Artist of the Year as well. Good luck on them both. You know, it just makes me think that we are just so lucky and thankful and grateful for the musicians who soothe us, the ones who heal us, the ones who lift us up. I'm feeling that being here on the stage, and I hope you're digging it at home as well. I'm Duncan McHugh. This is CBC Music in studio at the Junos, the Reclaimed session, and we're celebrating some of the 2021 Indigenous Juno nominees. You can hear Reclaimed every week on CBC Music and CBC Radio and across Turtle Island on Native Voice 1. So let's check in with the host of Reclaimed, Jarrett Martineau, right now to see what he has in store for us.
Thanks, Duncan. Our next performer is already an Indigenous legend in the world of country music, but the blues holds a special place in her heart. That's what Crystal Shawanda listened to the most when she was growing up on the Wiikwemkoong Reserve on Manitoulin Island in Ontario. These days, she calls Nashville home, and a few years back, she even got to perform for the Obamas. Her latest album, Church House Blues, is nominated for 2 Junos this year, Blues Album of the Year, and Crystal's also nominated for Indigenous Artist of the Year. Live from the Music City in Nashville, Tennessee, here's Crystal Shawanda.
Hi, I'm Crystal Shawanda, and this is Church House Blues.
no difference in that church house and roadhouse after all. There's temptation in the battle, redemption in the Bible. Don't matter what song you sing, whether you're dancing on the tables or dancing in the aisles, let's see what Monday morning brings. Playing at the roadhouse, we had 'em dancing all night. They would pass around the tip jar like Sunday morning tide. It's like Sunday morning service only served on Saturday night. There's temptation in the bottle, redemption in the Bible. Don't matter what song you sing, whether you're dancing on the tables or dancing in the aisles, let's see what Monday morning brings. I went down to the church house to get my Sunday morning right. I went down to the church house and get my Sunday morning right. I caught them dancing in the aisles like that roadhouse we played last night. Yeah, they were dancing in the aisles like that roadhouse we played last night.
Miigwech, that is one powerful Anishinaabe kwe, the pride of Wiki. The song you just heard is from Crystal Shawanda's Juno-nominated album, Church House Blues. It's up for the 2021 Blues Album of the Year, and Crystal is also nominated for Indigenous Artist of the Year. I'm Duncan McHugh. Remember, wherever you are in the world this Sunday, June 6th, you can tune in to the 2021 Juno Awards. Watch live on CBC TV, CBC Gem. You can listen on CBC Radio, CBC Music, or you can stream it globally anywhere, cbcmusic.ca/Junos. Today, though, it's CBC Music in studio at the Junos, the Reclaimed Sessions, and we're celebrating some of 2021 Indigenous Juno nominees. You can hear Reclaimed weekly on CBC Music, CBC Radio, CBC, you're getting a bit of a theme here, right? Native Voice One across Turtle Island. If you want to discover Indigenous music in every style, every genre, Reclaimed is, of course, the place to tune in. One of the artists that you're going to hear on Reclaimed is an Indigenous artist on the rise. They're a band called Zune, which is short for Zungadewan. It's an Anishinaabe word that means bravery, and it's fronted by Daniel Monkman from the Broken Head Ojibwe Nation in Manitoba. Go Jets! Zune is leading the next wave in a style they call Moccasin gaze, and here they are. Live from the Glenn Gould studio, here's Zune.
still too late. Waking up on your couch, one breath away, stay for a day, looking back at, it's been so long. Miigwech. Drip with love. Oh, always thought it'd be so bad. Thought I lost my grip. Hold on to an open wound. Can't tell if this is real. Can't tell if this is real. Always slip away. can't tell if this is real. Memories always slip away. Natalie, won't you sleep? I can hear his laugh at night. Melodies always slip away. Miigwech. all your friends on the do not see the best in me. Carried away, can you hear her sigh? Carried alive, you couldn't have to try. Sleep around in your hometown. All your friends at the fair.
Miigwech.
All right, that was a whole vibe going on there. That last song called Bleached Waves, performed live here at the Glenn Gould Studio in Toronto. That was Zune. Daniel Monkman, Michael Peter Olson on cello, and Andrew McLeod on guitar. Miigwech, so much thanks for being here live in the studio with us. I'm Duncan McHugh. This is CBC Music in studio at the Junos, the Reclaimed session. We're bringing you performances from some of the 2021 Indigenous Award nominees. And you can tune into the big show, of course, on Sunday, June 6th. And I know you're asking right now, but where, Duncan? Where can I see this big show? Watch live on CBC TV and CBC Gem. You can listen on CBC Radio, CBC Music, stream it anywhere, online, cbcmusic.ca/Junos. Let's get back to Jarrett Martineau now. He's the host of Reclaimed, and he's gonna tell us what's coming up next.
Thanks, Duncan. This is CBC Music in studio at the Junos, the Reclaim session, and I'm happy you're joining us today. We've got a special set for you coming up from DJ Shub and Phoenix Pagliacci, so stick around for that. It was an amazing year for Indigenous music around the world, across Turtle Island, and right here at home. And there's a scene building in the north that's making its way right across the country. Inuit music is on the rise, and it's stronger than ever. And Terry Uyarak is a big part of that. He's from Igloolik, Nunavut, and his debut album, Nunarjua Isulinginyani, is a beautiful record. It means before the world ends. And it's full of stories, songs, and sounds of the north, including his dog team howling and winter winds sweeping across the tundra. Terry's nominated for Indigenous Artist of the Year, and he recorded this song exclusively for CBC Music. From the Akaluk Music Studio in Iqaluit, Nunavut, here's Terry Uyarak with a song called Inuit Nunangat.
Shoko, hingin de rang der du samler do. Går det rammer gå, Joshua sig lo rammer gå, og mer dit i det rang der den in a way, no na na, at rang it.
Thank you. From Iqaluit, Nunavut, that was Terry Uyarak. He's nominated for the 2021 Juno Indigenous Artist of the Year Award. Good luck to Terry. I'm Duncan McHugh, and we're here in the Glenn Gould studio in Toronto for the CBC Music in studio at the Junos, the Reclaimed sessions. And we started this showcase with a really big blast of high energy, and that's how we're going to close it out with DJ Shub. He is back for one more performance, joined by a special guest tonight, Toronto rapper on the rise, Phoenix Pagliacci. And they are performing live for the first time together, Bullets and The Social, together live for the very first time. Here we go.
Junos, yeah. If you ain't about that gun violence, say yeah, yeah. You wanna stop making bullets, say yeah, yeah. If you ain't with that gun violence, say yeah, yeah. You wanna stop making bullets, say yeah. Talk to him, Randy. I hear the cop cars, I see whole lots change, but you still treat my hood like a firing range.
You ain't safe in the movies, ain't safe in the mall, you ain't safe at school, you ain't safe at all.
ain't safe at the club, ain't safe at the park, ain't safe in the streets where the day is dark.
Gotta make a change, make it happen today, but the government's afraid of the NRA.
We gotta make a change, gotta happen today, but the government's afraid of crime that don't pay.
People stand together at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We want legislation, but get sweet FA.
We gotta march together, but at the end of the day, we want prohibition, but get sweet FA. Yeah, yeah.
Stop making money.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop making money.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop making money.
I got a message for everyone. You can't kill nobody with an empty gun.
Stop making money.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop making money.
Yeah. Scratch it up, Shub.
I hear gunshots, see the people fall, but you can
Still buy a gun at the shopping mall.
You ain't safe in the movies, ain't safe in the mall, ain't safe in school.
We ain't safe at all.
Make a change, make it happen today, but the
Government's afraid of the NRA.
People stand together at the end of the day.
We want legislation.
Get sweet
Stop making money.
Stop making money.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop making money.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop making money.
Oh, we got a message.
Everyone
Can't kill nobody with an empty gun.
stop making money. Stop making money.
Hey, yo, look, the solution is so simple. Forget about the guns, take bullets from all pistols. Manufacture weapons of mass unification. Subtract the multiples of division across the nation. I can't understand it. We gotta demand it. In an age where we have age limits, how have we not banned it? Is it cause the bandit's the one who got his hands in the pocket of the ones providing guns all on this planet? Stevie said ban the handgun in 95, so know that my love is with you whether dead or alive. But the conversation, peace of mind we all trying to find is as easy as deleting with the gun at the side. Well, Moneybags McGee sitting up in his tree, making everything but human life a priority. More upset about NFL players taking a knee than mothers who spend tuition on children's funeral fees. How many is too many? How long is too long? No one helps to grieve you sound like bare arms that bear arms. This is a PSA to USA and NRAs. Wash the blood off your hands before you send your thoughts to prayers. Better stop. Yeah, yeah.
Stop making money.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop making money.
Stop making bullets. We got a message for everyone. Can't kill nobody with an empty gun.
Stop making money.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop making money.
If you ain't with that gun violence, say yeah, yeah. You wanna stop making bullets, say yeah, yeah. If you ain't about that gun life, say yeah, yeah. You wanna stop making bullets, say yeah, yeah. We got a message here for everyone. Can't kill nobody with an empty gun. Stop making bullets. Yo, we stood with standing rock before it had a name. To erase the identity, all the names have changed. It don't matter where you are or where you stand. The fact remains that this is still native land. Tragedies are listed in history. How justice still hasn't been served remains a mystery. Blood flows from the schools to the slaughter, to the missing and murdered mothers and daughters. The war club was handed down for centuries. It had a purpose, will fulfill that eventually. But now instead of violence and casualties, I slay injustice with my mic ever so casually. But we can't even live, we can't even heal. New day, old wound, same medicine wheel. If I tell you my pain, show you my scars, I hope you see a beating human with a beating heart.
You can cry at the no need to hide at the it's family ties at the all love at the we make it right at the we never fight at the drumming all night at the
All love at the
we come to heal at the get in your feels at the speak on the real at the
all love at the
we all live in the forgive at the give what you give at the
come through to the sun. Come through to the sun. from. Like I can just forget where my name's from. Like our mother's mother sells a mother tongue. Like every day we ain't lose another son. They continue to sell souls, claiming they here to help those locked away in these hellholes, only for whom the bell tolls. I guess they figured that we had enough. I guess they've never been as mad as me. Don't insult me and tell me that you're colorblind. Take a look around and tell me what color you find. Which color is constantly colored in the lines, and which color's just trying to find a peace of mind. They think we just cause all the problems. They tell us that we cause them, so we should solve them. And then we ask for help to resolve them. They take our identities and dissolve them. This is my truth, you can't take from me. This ain't just how I feel, this ain't make-believe. Until you see the world through my black eyes, you can only speculate about our black lives. So gather round, children, settle down. Time for us to talk about what is happening now. It seems what we once lost, we have now found. We got our voice back and we won't back down. This is from my fire starter, scorches of earth. I pray when the heat is on, you don't lose your worth. To my land protectors, nature's bodyguards, I pray for your protection wherever you are. All my water warriors, biggest task at hand. Thank you for your guidance and doing what you can. To my air guardians, you are why we breathe. I pray you'll always stay. I pray you'll never leave. You can cry at the no need to hide at the it's family ties at the all love at the we make it right at the we never fight at the drumming all night at the all love at the come through get up so show come real at the all love at the show come through to the session. One time, see round, yeah. Come through to the session. Recognize, mobilize, yeah. You, come through to the session. Shout out T-Qual, Rain, Snotty Nose, Classic Roots, and DJ Shub. Come through to the session. No matter where you are, we can hurt and we can heal together. Just come on, 1, 2, 3, come through to the session.
Oh, so good. You guys killed it. Thank you so much. That is DJ Shub and Phoenix Pagliacci live here in the Glenn Gould studio in Toronto for CBC Music in studio at the Junos, the Reclaimed session. Miigwech to both of you guys. Miigwech to Julian Taylor, Leela Gilday, Crystal Shawanda, Terry Uyarak for sharing their music with us today. And of course, DJ Shub and Classic Roots and Phoenix Pagliacci and Zune for being here in the studio with me. And big congratulations to all the Indigenous Juno nominees this year. And we are so proud of you. You fill our hearts with joy, and we are proud of you. Thank you so much for your music. This Reclaimed special showcase was produced by Nicholas Bonin, Marianne Carosi, Travis Pereira, and Jarrett Martineau. The recording engineer was also Nicholas Bonin, and we'd like to thank all the technical staff who are here for this big live event, as well as senior producer Chantel Maynard, executive producer Ben Aylesworth, and senior director of CBC Music, Steve Jordan. I do have to give you a reminder, of course, don't miss the 2021 Juno Awards on Sunday, June 6th. CBC TV, CBC Gem. You can listen on CBC Radio, you can listen on CBC Music, or you can stream it anywhere in the world at cbcmusic.ca/Junos. I'm Duncan McHugh. Miigwech Bazindoyek. Thanks so much for listening. You can always tune in to Reclaim. Don't forget that on CBC Radio. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great night.